unaware, we had our ladies won their league, our third team won their league, our second team won their league, and our first were promoted to the Premier Division of the league. So this is something that, I don't know, if I go back 7, 8, 9 years, we could only have dreamed of. It's a remarkable turnaround and advance for the club. It's had great days in the past, but there have been difficult days in between then, and this is a quite wonderful season, and I'd like to thank everybody on the field, off the field, who's been involved at all, from the bottom of my heart. It was a wonderful moment for me. For the last game of the season, I realised that we'd achieved something that I could never, ever have expected. So thank you, everybody that's been involved at any level. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, the success, especially of the first team, brings with it problems associated with sustaining the level of cricket that we're going to have to do for next year. And I'll be very brief here. I'm not going to take your time up. But getting promoted to the Premier League involves a financial commitment, which at the present time we are going to struggle badly to achieve. And so, very briefly, we need help in terms of sponsorship. We need help in terms of various packages that are being put together by the club to enable us to finance a proper season in the Premiership. Many of you who played years ago may not have the faintest idea why getting up into a Premiership involves expenditure. But one of the things that was decided at the Premier League meeting this year was there's no longer going to be any disguising the fact that clubs pay players. So in the past, it's been done fairly surreptitiously. People have employed other people, employed players in their companies. Now it's a fairly straightforward, all clubs are allowed to pay for their players. And although, if we're going to give our first team a reasonable chance of staying in the Premiership, we need to start investing in players over the winter. We have done some work on identifying those players. Identifying those players? Identifying those players, I don't know. We've done some work on identifying those players. We know who we need, what we need, but there is a big financial task ahead of us. The committee has decided to take it on, and we're going to do our level best to make sure that this isn't a one-off season. There's nothing, I think, that could be worse than having done all this hard work to find that we are completely outgunned in the top league. And so, if anybody can come forward with any assistance at all, please, it'd be wonderful. We'd be very, very grateful. Marie is in charge of the fundraising, although she doesn't know that. Yes, here she is. Marie's the person to speak to. Please speak to me if you want to. It's just a appeal at this stage. We'd be very grateful for your help. So, you'll hear the story of the season, the number of teams, and the details of our teams. By the way, I'm very careful about asking. I'm a natural speaker. Very careful about asking for things like. The last time I spoke before a group of club members was at the junior presentation night, and on that night. Through most of the season, we had committee meetings at which Aaron Sandler had told us that it was too difficult. We had no support, no help, parents were no use, nobody was giving him any assistance at all. And I said, right, no problem, Aaron, I will, on the night, I will make that point to everybody in the room. This club's run by volunteers, we've all got to help. And so I stood up and I made the point, and I stood in front of everybody and said, this is club's run by volunteers, you must all do the work. Aaron can't be expected to run it all by himself. So please, on club nights, on match nights, on training nights, please help him. And the first speaker that night, I then said, over to Aaron now to do the prizes, and he started by thanking all the parents for all their hard work. I didn't feel too great. So I believe he's not speaking tonight, so no one's going to come along and say we've got plenty of money, don't need any help, and so don't make any contributions. Going to hand over for the prizes now. To present the prizes, we have had in our club, been very fortunate enough to have a lot of good players who play for us. I'm looking around the room, I can see Paul Norwell, I can see Jim, I can see Jim Wigley. The current first team's full of outstanding players. No one who's ever played for this club, I don't think, has been a better player than Adrian Pearson, who won a championship with Leicestershire and was an extremely important person in the merger of the two clubs, who helped us on our way. I'm very grateful that he's agreed to award the prizes tonight, although he didn't know he'd done that. So I think we should all go hand to Adrian, and very kind of him to come and do that. When I first suggested, I think there were 2 or 3 of us sitting around, I think Ben was one, we couldn't work out who was going to award the prizes, and I said, well, Adrian, as you probably might understand, his nickname was Sticks. And I said, well, Sticks will do it. And I was amazed, everybody was absolutely delighted and well, that's fine, but don't have to be so excited. And it took me a couple of minutes to realise they thought I'd said Stokes will do it. But anyway, I'm very glad to have you, Andrew. Thank you very much indeed. So, if we start on these awards, we start with the under-19s, who James Bennett will come and talk about. Applause, isn't it, for doing nothing? There you go. No, it's not right. It won't work.
Even though, kicking off in the 19s, unfortunately, once again, it was a bit of a tough year for the 19s. Drawing a tough group, one of the youngest sides in it. But we competed well, and we gave a good account of ourselves. And there's a full team there that can continue to play under 19 cricket next year, which is really exciting. I personally love doing the 19s because it gives a glimpse into the positive future we have as a club, and this year was no different. We as a club, we really value our juniors, and that was shown in the over 10 of the lads that played first team cricket this year have played their junior cricket at this club, which is a real thing that should be celebrated. In terms of the awards, we'll start with the bowling award. This goes to a really talented young man who led the side on a number of occasions, not only with the captaincy but also with the bat and particularly the ball, where he finishes as a top wicket taker.
Choice award, this person was with me on the field, off the field, helping me with decisions, and throughout the match there were some star performances that he's given in a few matches, and I really want to thank him with this award. That will be Mukesh Bulkar. I would like to thank Paul and Phil Nowell, because they stood in when I was on vacation. Thank you very much, and I'm just looking forward to the next season. We're in Division 8 now, so we just want to repeat what we've done this year.
That one too.
Thanks, Dave, and someone shouted win that one too, and yes, I think that's a very serious response. So we're on the up, and that's great to see. So the seconds, another team who won their league, and also I think the year before they were in serious contention. They went slightly wrong towards the end, but nonetheless, still it has to be repeated, and it's repeated because they got a great captain in Dave Bennett, and year after year, and he's been brilliant for us all at the club, as well as the seconds. like to ask Dave to come and join us.
We'd kind of set our aim. We were going to win the league this year. So first game of the season, I'm thinking this is the big one. Get yourself started well. And to be honest, fortunately it rained. I think we had about 8 players available. So that could have set us off on a very bad start. So it was a good start. And whenever I do assemblies at school, I always use a Nelson Mandela quote of some form. And the Mandela quote I'm going to use here is, "It always seems impossible until it's done." And when you look through the season at that point, I thought there's no chance. We're going to struggle. We're going to end up just falling short because we're not in quite the right area. And first played game of the season was against Caribbean. We got them out, I think, 108, and we fell short. Despite a really good innings from Akash, who stayed in while all of us two gave our wickets away. And I thought this is going to be another one of those seasons. And then went to Lecky Sports, and sorry, I'm going to tell you a few memories. Just bear with it. Went to Lecky Sports. Paul got 80. Runs. I think he probably had about 80 arguments, but he had 80 runs. He got going, but he batted well there. The next game against Whetstone, really important game actually, looking back on it. But the joy of bowled J. Norwell caught P. Norwell. First ball to the person who went on to be the top scorer in the league. It was our first ball in that game. We went on to win the game. So well done to those two. Round of applause for both of them. We went to Blaby on the side, who always seemed to beat us. We went to Blaby. Yajak got a really classy 93 not out, and we lost. I won't talk about the bowling. We thought we were in a good position, but we didn't bowl very well. Then I went to a wedding, and quite a lot of the rest of the club went to weddings, it seemed, and we were a bit short of players, but we stepped up against Ilston, and Kish took Pfeiffer. So well done to Kish. Big round of applause for Kish. You have got a prize from at some point, but apparently the trophy is in Newcastle, Rob tells me. So you'll get it at some point. That game, apparently, Aaron tells me that he carried us home with what he tells me was a very high quality 21 not out. Is that right? Oh, 27. Sorry. The next game really doesn't need any more note except the fact Leicester Uni staff, James and Paul scored 30 off the second over. That was about the game. So that was the game done in the second over. We were batting. Lutterworth, a century for James Scudamore, 122. So well done to James. Fantastic. And it was an absolute pleasure to welcome back James Wigley to the team. And that was the first of his retires hurt. Okay, we had a number of retires hurt. That was his first one. We'll pick up. Yeah, there were a few others. I can't remember whether that was hamstring or him lying down with heat stroke, I'm not sure. But Edison Park, I think that probably brought the historic moment for me. As a self-umpiring team, I don't think I've ever had a situation where someone has been out first ball of the innings and was umpiring second ball of the innings. Paul was out first ball, then we had a rain break, and then he came on and he was umpiring second ball of the innings. So we thought that was a record. He was obviously very pleased. And then he told me he was going to retire, and then came out of retirement the following week. And I also, in that game, I had to preach. I had to practice what I preach as a Christian and forgive Nikesh as he ran me out. I just said yes and no. Oh, sorry, no. But it was a good moment. Lecky Sports, we had the benefit of the fact that the first team were called off last minute, and Kesh and Ollie came to join us. Kesh got a very classy 73. Ollie got 4 in 30 balls, I think. But then also they were and Scott scored a fantastic 50 on one leg, but couldn't field for us. And Lecky Sports were extremely generous and we said, could we use a fielder, because we could do a fielder. Vash came on and fielder slip and caught their best batsman out in the first or second over. So fantastic to have Vash coming on there. So thank you to Vash. Well done, Kesh as well. Finally, we beat Blaby at home. That's the game we haven't beaten them for years, and that was probably the moment when we realised this league was going to be ours. Then we went to Caribbean, and at their ground, we'd never won at their ground. I enjoyed Akash stepping in to support his younger brother, as I found, and saying you can't talk to him like that. There was a few moments. I enjoyed the fact, for those of you who were there, James Scudamore threatening legal action when one of their players moved in because he was stood in the way umpiring. But most of all, I enjoyed the fact that Yajak got a hat-trick in that game. Well done. Big round of applause for Yajak. No, And then we had to make a really difficult selection decision, and it was purely because he run me out a bit earlier on. We dropped Nikesh to the thirds, so he went down to the thirds. He scored a load of runs, and then the following week he came back to the seconds, and he scored a classy 73 against Sri Sanatan. So well done to Nikesh there. Probably the worst striker of the year by quite a long way, Robbie Scudamore at Uppingham. I don't know if anyone remembers that. I don't know. Oh, Robbie isn't here to defend himself, but I'm fairly sure that the other bowlers felt that very much so. I think we need to just pick out one or two others. Robbie did also score a quality 50 for us. Wiggs retired hurt again, and maybe again, and then he laid down in one game and couldn't cope with it at all. Too much. Just need to mention one or two of the first team lads who came down and played for us. Rohit. He took 11 wickets and an average of 8.36. Wow. I think that's fantastic. A little bit of bias here, but having a quality keeper for 8 games was fantastic. So, sorry James, having Sophie in the team made a big difference, so thanks Sophie, well done. Fantastic having Wilco in the team as well, really positive influence, brought some real quality to the team as well. And finally, sometimes I remembered to play straight this year, which was good, and scored 1 or 2 more runs than normal. So good to see. So we played 18, won 15, and won the league by 30 points. It's been an absolute pleasure to captain the group of lads who are playing, and ladies. Sorry, Sophie. And I think it's a real credit to all of them. They made themselves available week in, week out, except for the first week, and really got stuck in. And we, fantastic to lead them and to play with them. So here we go for the awards. Batter of the year. I've just done third, second, and first. So third with Akash with 294 runs. Great performance. Big round of applause for him. First time Paul hasn't won it for a while. We don't have to give him a clap, he's not here. But second to Paul, he got 487. And then first, Mr. James Scudamore, 522 runs. 450s, 1 century, and an average of 53. Well done, James. Bowler of the year was very tight. We had 3 bowlers in the 20s right on late, and we ended up with third. Ritesh got 24 wickets. Well done, Ritesh. Big round of applause for Ritesh. Fantastic. Always put his top effort in, and always just loves his cricket. Rob got 27 wickets, as did Kish, but Kish took them at a better average, so we decided to give it to Kish. So that was a 13 captain's choice. There's one player who played all the games. He also took 27 wickets, that might give you an idea. He also collected all the subs and all the fines, did all my administration for me, which was absolutely fantastic. He also is absolutely committed to scoring, so much so that when we played uni staff and we lost 2 quick wickets, and two wickets and 2 balls, and they were hoping for a hat-trick, I actually declared, because he hadn't changed, because he was busy scoring. So he did get fined for that heavily, but he's been fantastic for us. Rob has taken 27 wickets, scored some runs, not that many, but he's been fantastic. He's been fantastic in every other area. So well done, Rob. I think just to finish, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported us. I know some players have come up and played in the third and come up and supported us in certain weeks. I know that Ben's put a lot of work in, just making sure that we're in a good position to actually go forward each week, and just making sure that the team is going well. And we obviously want to keep that momentum going and go through and win Div 5 next year. So thank you everyone. Make sure you're available first game of the season this year, not second. Okay. Thank you. Top captain, thanks Dave. I know that we're all praying for 30 games. We have this camera system that we show all of our games on. Well, I say we show all of our games, so all our first team games,
But Rob Alcott's in charge of it, so we don't show any second team games. For some unknown reason, the camera always freezes and falls over. But anyway, thanks to everybody in the seconds. That was absolutely great. Well done. So the firsts, and again, a remarkable achievement. When we start, Ben and I set out a 5-year plan to get into the Premiership when he became our Director of Cricket, and we got there alarmingly quickly, really. And we got there alarmingly quickly through a combination of some very good players, some very good acquisitions over the last 2 or 3 years, and some excellent captaincy. And so I'd like to ask James to come and do the awards for the first team.
Hello again. First thing, I just wanted to say thank you to Maria and the rest of the committee for organising this evening. It's been a wonderful year for the club. So into the ones, we had a great season, as has been mentioned, culminating in a return to the Premier League. It's a great team effort. Every single player in that side has contributed. And so I'm just going to give a little bit of a review of the season, a few highlights, and then on to the awards. First up, Ipswich at home. Pretty tricky start to the season. However, real day for the debutants. Renault, classy 70 on debut. The spinners, Kavir on debut, excellent. And Rohit on debut, 4 big wickets. Great way to start the season. Ivanhoe away, great bowling performance. And then we did our best impression of the current England ODI side. 30 for 4. Unlike the England ODI side, we have Ollie and Kavir. And they were outstanding, absorbing the pressure, and meant we chased it down without the loss of another wicket. A couple of games later, Loughborough away. I'd always say winning is a habit, and I'd say that day we proved that winning was a habit. After reaching an under par total, we proceeded to throw the game away before a 5-pronged spin attack pulled it back. Even as Wilco did his best impression of me dropping a catch at backward point. On to Ashby at home, and for me this was a real commanding performance. Chasing 230, knocking it off 3 down, 5 overs to spare, bit of a statement. Silver 70 odd, Ollie the crispest 20 odd you'll ever see, and I've just about forgiven him for nicking 100 off me. A couple of games later, Kibworth away. Somehow we tied. Not quite sure how, but focusing on the positives, I bottled a ton. Renault showed me exactly how it was done, scoring the first 100 of the year and the first of many Houghton and Thurnby hundreds, I'm sure. A couple of tricky weeks, and then we bounced back. And wow, did we bounce back at Uppingham. 208 in 24 overs, 8 sixes, 24 fours. Bowlers finished the job off. Jack Beale, excellent forfeit. Proper team performance. As a lot of you will know, the summer was quite wet. We had 4 weeks with just 1 game. Ashby away, Ollie, Robbie and Ben all in the runs. Outstanding new ball spell from Dilly and Ed before Beale and Kavir set up a little three-time trick. Beale landing them halfway down for the majority of it, and Kavir catching them at long on. Unbelievable way to break a brilliant partnership. Ipswich away, tough game, unless your name is Vashin. 3 for, as their overseas whackers everywhere, before a 47 ball 74, including 4 massive sixes down the ground, and alphaing their overseas. Unbelievable. Go on, Vash. Go on, Dilly and Ed bamboozled Ivanhoe, genuinely unplayable spell of new ball bowling. I don't think I've ever seen the like of it. It was unbelievable. And then on to Bartley. Who'd have thought that Kavir's incompetence in the gym would relegate Bartley Cricket Club? So just for context, Kavir messaged me on a Thursday evening. Ben, I don't think I'm going to be able to play on Saturday. I've overdone it in the gym, strained my quads. Silver contacts Yajat, who attempts to refuse to play because he wants to play in the twos and bat. Fair enough. And then we rock up on the Saturday and Yajat is playing for us. We were defending 150 and it all got lost Despite Renault taking an unbelievable grab at backward point, rolling back the years and unleashing the gazelle within him.
Rolling back the years.
Must have been drunk.
I fell over. In the Malaysia, I fell over.
And then I rolled the dice one last time. The game was gone. And I thought, well, Yajat's playing. Let's give him a go. Let's give him a bowl. Let's see how it goes. 3 overs later, he delivered a spell of 3 overs, 6 wickets, 7 runs. It's not bad 3 overs to be only 3 overs in the ones all year. It's pretty impressive. On to Lecky at home. Dan Scooter was back. Dilly with the damage up top before Dan Scooter crowned his homecoming with 50 red to win the game. And then the week after, we did it. I lost the toss on the hottest day of the year. I can still only apologise. Set 260 odd to win. Renault, wonderful with the new ball. What can I say? And set 260 odd to win, it was always going to be a challenge. But we quickly realised 7 batting points was enough. That's what we needed. And rather fittingly, Renault clipped an enormous 6 off his pads to bring it to 2-2-3 in the last over. Cue Jack Beale limbs at the other end. Unbelievable moment. It's been an amazing season for all involved, and it's been a pleasure to skipper such a great group of lads, and I can't wait for next season. So moving on to the awards. First up, the batting award. Now, this will come as no surprise to anyone. He's been a brilliant addition to the side. He's offered so much more than just his runs. With the most runs scored of 748, highest average of 74.8, and the highest individual score of 111 not out. The first 11 batter of the year goes to Andy Reynolds. Thank you. Cheers. Next up, the bowling award. There were some outstanding performances of the ball over the season.
Oh, bowling.
You do get mentioned, don't worry. Dilly and Ed shone with the new ball, Wilco, Rohit and Yajat, and even Renault. There you go, there's your mention. And their moments with the ball all year too. But our spinners were brilliant. Our spinners were top draw. Kesh continues to be excellent. Kavir has been a brilliant addition. But I'd say one of our spinners really led the attack. 33 wickets, an average of 17.85, all with an economy of under 5, which for a leg spinner is genuinely incredible. The bowler of the year goes to Jack Beale.
Pictures for yourself, it's the job.
Selfish Colin.
And finally, the Captain's Player of the Year. As you can probably tell, it's a pretty tough award to give out. Such a successful season. However, I've decided to give it to a man who didn't miss a single game. He put his body on the line at the start of the season. He scored crucial runs, most notably Ivanhoe away, match winning 61 not out, Ashby 49 off 35, and he kept brilliantly, finishing 3rd in the league in the dismissals, considering he didn't keep for the opening start of the season. Really impressive. Unfortunately, he's not here. He is out in Oz. But the Captain's Player of the Year goes to Ollie Ellis.
Hey.
You're keeping great.
I'm keeping really well this season. Yeah.
She's normally so shy.
So thanks for listening to that. It's been a great year. Thank you for the support of everyone this year. We've really appreciated it as a team. And I can't wait to see what next season holds for us as a club.
Thanks, Benno. we've developed most of our first team internally from juniors over the years, and to see them succeed so well is wonderful for us. Two brilliant additions though, Adil and Renault, been wonderful for us. Renault, class batsman, Adil, top bowler, who has sadly decided he's no longer playing, though that actually won't happen because sometime during the summer, next summer we'll persuade him. Thank you for all of your hard work, for all of you. Renault actually transformed my understanding of cricket completely. I think when we were all much younger, we were always told, weren't we, about batting, that the easiest thing to do is to turn ones into twos. And Renault actually managed to turn twos into ones. There was a game against Electricity Sports where seriously the guys on the boundary could not have been further away, and didn't know where it went. We still didn't get any signals. But
It's so true.
fine, it is so true. But a really fine player. Thank you both for your contributions. It says here Chairman's Award. Does it? Who is it? Yes. So, the Chairman's Award, for all the clubs I've been chairman of, I've tried to make this award available to someone who isn't a committee member. There are no awards for doing a committee job well. You're on the committee because you want to be on the committee. It's not a player necessarily, or you don't get it for playing because you play because you play. It's someone who does more than that, someone who contributes in a big way to the club in every respect. This particular person, you really couldn't do any more. You want someone to help you out before the game, he's there. You want someone to just play in a game because, I won't say because you're short, that doesn't do him, that's not fair to him, but because the balance of the teams need someone to come and help, he's there. You want someone to set up before an event, he's there. You want someone to clear up after an event, he's there. You want someone to help with coaching of younger people, he's there. You need people like this, and it's so good that he's a younger person as well, because not always do younger people want to make these contributions. So the Chairman's Award this year goes to Ryan Poston. To the raffle, this is the moment where it all goes wrong because Ben informed me that Aaron actually does have to come up and say something. So, Aaron, if you'd like to come up and be as helpful as possible, that'd be really good. No references to anything at Houghton. The club has formed a tradition of giving baggy caps to people who've made big contributions to the club, and I was informed this evening that Aaron wishes to give 2 baggies out tonight.
I was informed this evening as well.
Okay. This has got to sound more wholehearted than this, okay? So we're very grateful to be able to give out 2 baggies tonight, and Aaron is going to introduce them without doing anything else.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all the parents, by the way. Much appreciated.
Yes.
It is an honour to give out these. There's more than 2.
Alright, we'll just get out to
It is an honour to give these caps out. I think I was asked because I know both these cricketers for many years, one a bit longer than the other. Both females, which is fantastic. The first one, I've seen her develop as a cricketer for many years. She was one of the founder players of the third team. And then she became obviously part of the ladies team, and then she got involved with the All-Stars as well. Sunday mornings, which probably can't be easy for her to get up after a hard Saturday, so well done there. She's been fantastic actually. I mean, like, what, 10 years now I think I've seen her develop as a person, and I'm very proud to give this to Emma.
Oh, very American one. Said quant.
Yeah.
The next one, I've seen this one develop as also as a cricketer and as a person. She plays good cricket. She also got involved with the girls' side of cricket this year, running the under-13s and the under-17s. She's also an important member of the Super 8s and our 40 over team. And yeah, she's doing very well. So this is for Sophia.
Thanks, Aaron. I think we got away with only a flush in there, didn't we? So that was good. Thank you, Aaron. That's very good. So that's more or less everything wound up. I'd like to thank all of my committee. Heels and Tylers goes without saying, but everybody for their contribution all throughout the season. Nothing here could happen without you. Since we're being parental, big thanks to Ben, Director of Cricket. He started effectively the revival of this club. We wouldn't be anywhere near where we are today without him. So big thank you to Ben. Graham, I think we have a raffle to do. So keep hold of your. There aren't too many prizes, are there? Anyway, so over to Graham. Oh, and thanks to Sticks. Top man, top cricketer. Good to have him here again.
He only looked about 5'10" when he sat next to me.
Well, there you go.
10'5". To be fair, he looks fine.
If I don't see you, who shows best?
Fiver, Sheen! Fiver! Fiver!
I'm going to give this thing another go. Kept that quiet.
Eyes have arrived.
Right. Can we get Margaret? Can you come up, please?
What did he say?
Apparently, if you stand here, it works. If you stand there, it doesn't.
No. Not since yesterday.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good.
Hear me now. Stand here.
You need to listen carefully. I shall say this only once. I've got a couple of thank yous. Bar staff, thank you for looking after us. Caterers, thank you very much for looking after us, smashing meal. Thank you everyone in the kitchen. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for contributing to the raffle. Thanks to Evie and So. Between you, you've raised £275, so well done. Good effort, good effort. Right, Mark. When you come up, just pick the prize you want and then pick the next ticket. Dig deep. They're all individual as well. Okay, it's yellow 370. Yellow. Hello. Good, well done. Take the prize. Take the prize you want. What's that next one, Bob? Right. Not what, oh, here we go. Right, blue. Now it's 615 365 on the top, and it's 248. Blue. Make sure the number at the top matches what I've just said. There's 2 books of blue, I think. So 615 365 on the top.
That makes sense. You haven't got egg now, mate.
Okay, next one is blue again. Same number, 615 365, and the number is 415 on the blue. Duncan, Simmons. Just help yourself, Duncan. Check the ticket, Marg. Check the ticket. I'll have a word with Marg in a minute. It's another blue. 477. 477 615 365. Blue 477. Moving on. Moving on. White. Looks white to me. Grey, white. 329. 329. The number on the top, 8055584. Not you. Well done. A scooter walked up. Next one, 194 blue again. 194 blue. Blame Marg, it's not my fault. Blame Marg. Yeah, help yourself. Next one is on the white, 267.
Hey up, hey up, hey up! Hey! Fix. It's a fix. Yeah.
Next one on the blue again, I'm afraid. We'll dig deep for some yellow ones, Marg. Number 68 on blue. 68 blue.
Get it, you pay for the get it, man.
Chairman says no. Oh, hang on. Blue 68. Oh, you haven't won, John. Hang on, I've still got a yellow one, Mark. We'll read the number. Well, what's the number on the top? 615365. Yeah, that's the enough. Anyone you want? Right, for everyone with a yellow ticket. Yellow. 277. Yellow. 277. Yellow. How many prizes left, Mark? Same number. How many? There's this one here as well. Box of beer as well. Hold on. Help yourself, whichever's the most healthiest. Dad don't want the beer, really, don't. Help yourself. Not all of it. You've taken it all. Yeah, the whole basket. Yeah. Star prize. Star prize. Right, two left. Two left. Blue. 277. Blue. 615365. Blue. 277. Get a yellow one. Get a yellow one. Keep digging. Come on, blue. Hey, a deal. Rum or beer? Rum or beer? Nah, well, he won't want it. Last one then, for a small bottle of rum. It's a yellow, and it's 218. 218. Yellow. Thank you, Mark. Last one. Where is it? Oh, he's he picked your own ticket. Draw it again. Mark's decided to draw it again. Go on then. Dig deep. This is our lady president, by the way, guys. If you're not aware who it is. It's Margaret Smith, our lady president. Thank you. Okay, hopefully the last one. It's on the white. 1, 2, 4. White. 1, 2, 4. White. You got it? You want? Oh, good go. Alright, Duncan's waved that one as well. Doesn't want it. So I've dipped it. Last one. He said again. Yep. Yellow 246. Yellow 246.
You need to go with him.
I can. You'll be deaf, aren't you? Oh, he's hold on. Good neighbour, good neighbour. Well done, Sam. Thanks, everyone. Thanks a lot. By the way, the bar will be shutting at 11:30 with a little bit of leeway because I'm telling you so late. Last orders at the bar. Get the wheels on.
In 2 years' time, we might come
He'll be dead in 2. Just tell him. Come on, he's still here. He'll be dead.
I was actually thinking 7 years time.
I never know him being mentioned. Well, no, he's a fan. No, you know.
No, I feel about
Lovely to meet you. You're not wrong.
Hold the wedding bells down.
No, not for the players. The players make it. Unless you're a Tory, in which case you don't get it.
How?
Press the red button.
There's.
On the pressing. No.
Just press stop.